We're here with Toyota Canada, celebrating 60 years in Canada. That's how long they've been creating cars here, making cars, selling cars here, assembling them. It started in Newfoundland, it's going to end in Victoria. We are taking the North Bay to Winnipeg route. Here in North Bay, where Highway 11 crosses the Trans-Canada, is the official start of the Northern route. There's a really cool sign, which my snappy videographer is going to put in after the fact. Now, part of the thing, before we head up, we're going to Sault Ste. Marie tonight. Instead, before we go, we are going all the way down into the bottom of a mine, 1.5 kilometers down in Sudbury. We should be coming up, hopefully within an hour and a half. If not, tell my kids I love them and tell them they have to take care of my cat. This fashion-forward look is courtesy of Miller Technologies. It's where they take Land Cruisers and adapt them to go work in the mines. They export them all over the world. There's one of only 2 places in North America that do these kind of revisions, if you like. And it's really quite a process. They only use Land Cruisers now. They've experimented with other makes over the years. They were established in 1989. They've come back and remade with Land Cruisers. They're the only ones who can take the beating, not just of being reinforced. The reinforcements are outrageous. I thought for some weird reason that this would mean that these trucks would last forever in use down in the mines. 5 years is about what they get out of them, and we've got photos of one of them that's come back up. I cannot believe what these vehicles go through. It's just astounding, but it's really neat. We're now on our way to the mine in Sudbury, Ontario to see these vehicles in action. I am a little bit nervous, not gonna lie, anxiety's up. This is kind of overwhelming, and I'm wearing about 47 pounds of stuff. They say the camera adds 10 pounds. Forget the camera, it's the jumpsuit. And I know you think I'm overreacting, but I'm not. This is weird.
Where are we, Lorraine?
2,600 feet down. It's awesome. We've got one of the adapted Land Cruisers behind me. The thing looks like it went down with the Titanic. It's only about 5 years old. That's about the max time they get, so they try and get 7 years out of them. I asked about the tires. They said the tire punctures are what takes the tires out before the tires actually go. The pH level down here is so high that it's a really corrosive environment, so all the yuck you see all over this stuff, that is basically the water corroding the components of everything that's down here. I have never been so grateful to see sunlight. This is unbelievable. We took an elevator down 2,600 feet, which took less than a minute. And then we drove this little beast back up, all the way up to the surface. The sun felt great. It's restricted to 3 gears, apparently 30 kilometers an hour. My butt feels like we were going 100 kilometers an hour. I know we weren't. At one point it started kind of raining a little bit. That sketches you out. Anyway, this is kind of phenomenal. And now we're going to drive back on the surface, and it's 2 totally different experiences. Now I know how gophers feel. We're on Toyota's Kanreki event. Kanreki in Japanese means the 60th year. That's how long Toyota has been assembling, building, and selling cars in Canada. We started out yesterday in North Bay, and today we're in glorious Sudbury. There's the nickel right over my shoulder. Now we're on our way to Sault Ste. Marie. Sault Ste. Marie, and I am exhausted, but the fun isn't over for tonight just yet. You may not know it, but there's a thing called Uber lights, and a dude in Michigan discovered them, and apparently there should be a cache of them here on the beach. The thing is, you can't just walk along and find them. You have to have a UV flashlight. I just happened to pick one up on the way out for this excursion with Toyota, but you should Google this stuff. It's really, really cool. No, it's just garbage. Okay. Okay, so we didn't find any. We combed the beach, we used our little light, we looked everywhere, we didn't find them. They're probably still out there somewhere, but it's on to Thunder Bay tomorrow. It's early because they're trying to punish me, but that's okay. We're going fishing, which is going to be very cool. Some of these boats were towed here with tundras, which is also cool. And traditionally, or previously, Yamaha provided motors for Toyota. Not currently, but in another incarnation.
Hi there, my name is Jake Monk with Monk Works Fishing. Today we're out on Lake George looking for some smallmouth and some pike. So we're fishing like a drop-off today from starts at about 22 feet and comes up to about 14. So a lot of smallmouth and pike are going to hang out around there, mainly because it acts almost like a fish highway that can cover a big depth change in a quick amount of time. So hopefully we can put some hooks and mouths and get some fish on the boat.
What have you learned about fishing today?
That I'm awesome at it, except for actually getting a fish. You may not know this, everyone knows about the Big Nickel in Sudbury, but in Echo Bay, just outside Sault Ste. Marie, we have the Big Looney, and it actually matches the second of the 4 vehicles we've been driving this week, which is the Land Cruiser. We're actually driving a whole bunch of different Toyotas across this trip. You'll see us in many different vehicles. The Land Cruiser is actually one of the original vehicles that Toyota started building here in 1964. The retro look is a really nice throwback. And now we're off to see a very large goose in Wawa. When you see the goose, you know we have to be in Wawa. It's the only place. We've got 4 hours to go to Thunder Bay. This enormous province is absolutely beautiful. We finally made it to Thunder Bay, an intensely long drive day. Tomorrow we end up in Winnipeg and hand this thing off. For now, it's dinner and sleep. We beat the sun up in Thunder Bay. We're heading for the final destination of Winnipeg. And to paraphrase Virginia Woolf, we do have a surprise today. To the lighthouse. We left Thunder Bay before 6 this morning in the dark, and there's no taping without coffee. We're actually driving the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, and it's the 11 millionth Toyota built in Canada. It's a very cool way to celebrate Toyota's 60th year here. And now we're off to see a lighthouse that also once led the way. Behind me is the Tomahawk Island Lighthouse. It's on Lake of the Woods in Ontario. It has been continuously maintained by the same family since 1960. It's now privately owned. It was built around 1900 and is the northernmost lighthouse in Ontario. It's absolutely gorgeous inside. All the original tools are in there. You can climb right up to the top. I got halfway because I'm scared of heights. We got to take a brief stop here, but we're on our way to Winnipeg now. We finally crossed over the border from Ontario into Manitoba, but Manitoba really needs to work on its sign game. We're just outside Winnipeg. It's the geographic center of Canada, which means for the Kanreki tour with Toyota, we are at the center with our wave completing just down the road. We've put in 2,500 kilometers to get here. We've been driving 6 hybrids throughout. The RAV4, the Corolla Crown Corolla, Crown Signia, the Corolla Cross, the Tacoma, Tundra and Sequoia, and Land Cruiser. They're all hybrids. I'm sorry, we are so tired. 2,500 kilometers to get here. It's just been a phenomenal tour. And the other thing, Kanreki is celebrating 60 years of Toyota in Canada. You know what else has been in Canada for 60 years? Me. We're so close, I can't wait to wrap up this amazing trip. Glorious downtown Winnipeg, we're finally here. But we have one more thing we have to do before we're done. 2 provinces, 2,500 kilometers. We finished our leg of the Kanreki journey with Toyota. We went almost a kilometer down into the mines. We've gone up to the top of a lighthouse. We've gone twisting around Lake Superior. This has absolutely been the trip of a lifetime. Now, finally, after all this driving, we're gonna go into this famous Fort Garry place. Look at this beautiful building, because I really need a signature cocktail.